Warning, follow the contents of this video at your own risk. I do not and will also never take responsibility for damage to self or any violence for following the contents of this video. So you've decided to play violin. Wrong choice. Out of all the wonderful instruments that you could have chosen, you had to choose this one. Stupid idiot. But don't worry, this is why I have generously come to save you from your horrible fate. I am going to give you possibly the greatest violin tutorial to ever exist, and I'm also going to give you an in-depth experience of the amazing time we violinists have while practicing many hours every day, or in my case, more specifically every year, so that you can really experience the full package of what this instrument has to offer. Now, let's assume that you got a beautiful, shiny little violin straight from the Chinese factory. Well, it's either that or the 200-year-old violin that your grandma has been storing in a basement for her whole life, which you should honestly just sell anyways. It's worth much more than you trying not to sound like something dying. Now, what you want to do is grasp the violin firmly. No, not there. Yes, there. With your left hand. Now you want to make sure that it does not ever slip. Next, you would optimally put your violin down and never pick it back up again. But since you have already been sucked too deep by the thought of playing the wooden box instrument, you should put it on your shoulder, as so. Next, you can absolutely not pick up the bow, as you don't have a clue what the bow hold looks like. Unfortunately for you, I really couldn't be bothered explaining that, so here's a 1080p picture that I took just for you of what your bow hold should look like. Study it and figure it out, okay? It's either this or fine for X. Oh, what is this? What is this? Fine. Pigeon go, what the hell? Please sponsor me. Why would I do that? Okay.
I'm kind of struggling for views right now. I can't even pay rent. Luckily, the doghouse is free. Here's some proof. Here, boy. Bark. My power is generated from a pig. Here's some proof for that too. My preferred internet service provider is Fly Pigeon Co. Please go check out danidev on YouTube. I have a video on the way. I'm trying to surpass the rub person in views. First one to 100k subs gets a free taco. By the way, the animation at the start of this video was just a small taste of all I have to offer. I haven't eaten in weeks. Please, all I ask is 100k subs.
Okay, so you finally figured out how to hold a violin. Good job. Give yourself a reward. Go watch some brain rot content. It's a good distraction from the thought of practicing, imagining all the progress you'll make, getting all excited. I wonder how that felt. I've already forgotten. Okay, today is your first day actually making some noise on your violin. You pick up the bow with your amazing technique that you spent so much time on perfecting yesterday. So it turns out there's still a pretty long way to go. So naturally, you go watch a bunch of YouTube videos and learn how to improve your sound quality. You know that you should completely relax your traps, biceps, triceps, and forearms. You know that you shouldn't move your arm, but just your elbow, except up here a bit. You know that the fingers on your left hand should be totally relaxed, and you use the weight as an anchor point on the string and then leverage them either forwards or backwards. And now, you finally try to put your newfound knowledge to use. Now you're thinking, how the hell is this possible? You did everything that you were supposed to do, and it still didn't work. Welcome to the club. So after a few weeks of relentless practice, you might slightly sound a little bit better. Now that your sound quality is busy improving, you should probably start focusing on actual playing features. For example, intonation, string crossing, shifting, bow distribution, different contact points, vibrato, bow changes, bow and fingering coordination. So instead of just playing around and hoping your technique becomes better, there are certain ways of practicing that are actually more efficient than others. Absolutely mind-blowing. Yes, I know. What the hell is this? If your piece isn't in tune by tomorrow, this AI printer will stab you. Yep, not even lying. What the hell is this? Oh, wait. Step 1. Just never play out of tune. Now you may think this is stupid advice, because that's just obvious. But if you play out of tune, your muscles actually get used to playing out of tune. And you're actually just going backwards. So if you focus on getting a perfect hand shape and practice very slowly, you'll only play in tune, which is pretty good. Step 2. It hurts me to say this, and as much as I hate it, you have to practice scales.
じゃあ、音階の練習をしろって言ったのは本当か？
Yes, I did.
それで、彼らを地獄に送り込んでいることに気づいてるの？
It's the only way.
このサイコパスめ。
You'll never achieve something if you can't sacrifice anything.
吐き気がするわ。
Wait, what? Well, no. Oh, that? Don't worry about that. That's nothing. So anyways, step 2. You have to focus on relaxing your muscles completely. Because if you don't, your practice isn't gonna help you much. So firstly, you have to relax your arm. If you have a lot of tension in your trap, bicep or tricep, I'm sorry, but you're just gonna sound terrible. Of course, you have to have some tension in your tricep and bicep when you move your bow, because otherwise it's just not going to move. But it has to be as little as possible. On the other hand, there is no reason why you would ever use your traps while playing violin. Like, you're not supposed to play like this, man. So focus on never engaging your traps while playing, ever. Otherwise you'll get bouncy sound like this, which isn't very good. On the other hand, which is now your left hand. Haha, get it? Because it's the other hand. Relax your fingers which you press down with, as much as you possibly can, so that they basically just fall, if that makes any sense. If you tense up your fingers will just be rigid and stuck. Step 3. It's basically the same as step 1, but literally just never play with bad technique. Because then you train your muscles with bad technique. So what you have to do is just play as slowly and carefully as you have to, while just focusing on having perfect technique. Because when you play fast, you tend to forget to focus on it. And now just do this over and 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 over, and then do the same thing for the next few days. Then you'll maybe get the hang of it. Also, pro tip, stop caring about your feelings, honestly, because you'll get so damn bored that you might just go insane. If you stop caring about your feelings while practicing, then you turn into a robot that can just go on and on and on without caring, which is great for efficiency and absolutely terrible for your mental health. But I mean, you already sacrificed that when you picked up the violin for the first time, so you'll probably be fine. So yeah, that's basically the ultimate guide to how to not be totally crap at violin. I think. I don't actually know, I'm not a professional teacher. If you feel like you've uncovered a new part of yourself, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more stuff like this. And if you feel like you want to share this awesome skill with one of your friends or family, make sure to convince them as well, because it's always better to drag someone else down a pit with you than to go down there alone.
Other video on the way. I'm trying to support.